or welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you are here. This is a channel that I am just passionate about because I am very interested in true crime. I'm very interested in the paranormal and spooky stuff, so this is just kind of my place to talk about that stuff with other people that are interested. So I've gotten a lot of new subscribers, new comments about my last couple of videos, the Cassidy rainwater case, and I got a little slack about just a lot of stuff. And I wanted to say that my videos, the formula for my videos, if it's a new case, is going to be where I talk about the case, talk about the information that I have that is true. So from news sources, from the media, true for the most part. And then after that, I'm going to talk about the rumors, some of the things I saw on Reddit, some of the things I saw in blog posts. These things may or may not be fully true. It's just discussion. It's just what people think. And so some of what I say in that second part is not going to be substantiated in the news, if that makes any sense. But it's still a good discussion to have, and it's something that you guys may be interested in hearing about. So that's the formula for these new cases that don't have a lot in the media about them. This case was brought to my attention via TikTok, and I saw this TikToker's links in a lot of the research that I did on the Cassidy rainwater case, because it is also a Missouri case. It is St. Louis. It's pretty close in proximity, and it's blowing up on TikTok right now. And so I really wanted to do this because I think these victims in this case definitely need more attention. We are talking about a possible serial killer that is operating in St. Louis, Missouri. This case is brought to attention by a TikToker named Lamara Indigo. Please go to her TikTok. I will link it below. Please go there. Show her some love. Watch her videos because she is a local to St. Louis. She made this connection of all of these cases, and she is the one that why I'm talking about it. If her and the other people that were local to this St. Louis, Missouri area wasn't speaking out about it, there would have been no attention, because the cops aren't doing a lot about it. The local media is not doing a lot about it. It's getting ignored. And so please go over to Lamara Indigo's channel and follow her, show her some love, because this is all due to her. So Lamara came out and said she believes that there is a serial killer preying on Black women in the St. Louis, Missouri area. That there has been numerous Black women shot for no reason in this area, and that she believes that they are linked. And without her, I don't believe there would have been the investigators coming out and saying that yes, 3 of these murders are linked. So we have 3 people that are murdered in the St. Louis area. The first one was on September 13th, and this was 16-year-old Marnay Haynes, I believe is her name. I am so sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. She was shot and killed at 9:30 at night just on the street. A little while after that, on September 16th, we have Pamela Abercrombie, who was 49. She was shot and killed in the St. Louis, Missouri area. Then September 19th, we have 24-year-old Casey Ross. Now, some of my research said this was a man. Some of my research said this was a woman. There is so little about Casey Ross. I don't know because there is not a picture. I Googled whether this was a female or a male. I have not been able to confirm. But this is a person that's 24 years old and was killed. The cops have said these 3 murders are linked. We don't know how they know that they're linked for certain, but they are linked. They're all tied together. They were all shot and killed. And the cops are saying, we don't want to say this is a serial killer. They said that there's not enough information to say this is a serial killer. If you have any information, there's talk of a reward. The number is 314-444-5371. We do not know who shot these people, why they were shot, but someone is shooting and killing people in the St. Louis, Missouri area. Now, everything that I just said is fact. This is from the FBI and the local police force there. Now, the things I'm going to talk about from here on are just things from Reddit, things from TikTok posters, things that aren't in the media, but we need to pay attention to. When this first came out, there was talks that this serial killer is preying on sex workers that are working at night. Now, that I don't believe is fully true because, like I said, Marnay Haynes, who was 16, it was 9:30 at night, and she was shot and killed. So I'm not saying that it's not true that they're preying on sex workers. There has been a numerous amount of sex workers robbed, killed, shot in the St. Louis area. So I'm not saying that's an MO, and I'm not saying it's not. I have no idea. The thing with St. Louis, Missouri is that there is a lot of crime. This is a very heavy gang shooting area and crime area. So there is news of someone being shot pretty much on the daily. And to be able to kind of weed through the gang-related or targeted attacks for the ones that have no meaning is extremely hard. And it's one of those things in this cases that slows everything down. It's slowing the police down. It's bogging down the system. And it's just hard. This is just an area with a lot of crime. And none of it is good. No gun violence is good. But there's a difference between attacks that we know are targeted or have a meaning, and those that are they're just being gunned down for no reason. And I think that's where Lamara Indigo was saying that she believes there's a serial killer that's just killing Black people, Black women for no reason. And so that's why this case is getting bigger and bigger. As far as we know, these people were not attacked in any other way other than just shot. I know that there's been reports off and on that these people were clothed, not clothed. We really don't have that information, but it seems like someone just drove up on them and shot them. In the instance of Casey Ross, I'm not sure if this was a male or a female. There was other people there that were shot as well, from what I've heard, that someone came upon a group of people and shot, and this was the only victim, but there was other wounded people as well. There was also a lot of robberies that could be connected as well. It leads me to believe that the cops have found a link, and I personally believe, because this happens a lot, that they found the link because of the bullets or the gun, something like that has connected all of these crimes. Like I said, we don't know. The cops are being extremely tight-lipped about this. They've said these 3 instances are connected. They won't say that it's a serial killer, which serial means more than one. So and there's 3. I don't know how that's adding up to anybody else, but to me, I feel like, okay, there's more than one killing. It's random. It's not targeted. It's a serial killer. But like I said, I can't really name it like that because I don't know. And now, reading between the lines at a lot of these TikTokers, there's a lot of local people in the community that are taking TikTok to voice their concern and bring attention to this case because, for one, they're not getting it in their own community. The news reporters in their own community, the police in their own community are not saying anything. They're not getting any information, and it's causing a lot of frustration for a lot of the people in the community, especially women, because there's just talk that there's a serial killer killing Black women. That's what a lot of the headlines say. No other information. And that just makes you believe that everyone's a target. Everyone's vulnerable. So these locals believe that this is a targeted attack on Black citizens. They believe that it could be a white person committing a hate crime against Black people, which I could absolutely see that happening. We just don't know, but that could definitely be a thing that's happening. And there's a lot of people that don't believe that the killers are local to St. Louis, but are outsiders attacking the people of the community. Now, me being a white woman from Kansas and not from the St. Louis area, it hurts me because I can't imagine what these people are going through. The fear that must be in this community right now, I can't imagine. I have never had to deal with, I can't imagine. My purpose that I am talking about this story is to gain more attention. The more attention that is brought upon these cases, I feel like the more the police is going to do about it. And thankfully, Lamara Indigo, I really hope I'm saying your name right too, has taken to TikTok because this has created movement in this case. And like I said, without that, I just don't feel like this would be anything. And that's terrible. There's women of color being gunned down on the streets and no one cares. And that is so sad, especially with everything happening in the Gabby Pateo case. And I'm not saying any life needs more attention than any other, but how can you have multiple women being gunned down in their own community, on their own streets? No one is paying attention to it. It angers me so much, and I feel like bringing attention to it is only just going to make the police do more, if that makes sense. Now, this is all from Reddit and subreddits, but there is talk that this could be even a bigger operation than what we right now know. Right now, we have confirmation of the 3 people that I named in the previous part of this video. But people are taking to Reddit and saying that there is a lot of the same MO killings happening closely in this area. And so I'm going to mention some of those. There were 3 in East St. Louis, which is in the Illinois part, during July of 2019. These were all sex workers and they were all shot. There's 3 more in Dayton, Ohio, which is a 6-hour drive from St. Louis, but they also had the same MO. They were sex workers, they were shot. And then 6 other killings between 2 states have a similar MO. All shot, I think most sex workers or people that were out at night. This could cause a huge issue between jurisdiction because you're having multiple states, multiple jurisdictions, they may not be communicating, and they may not be seeing the link that these people on Reddit are. There has been talk on Reddit as well about how there is more killings in the summer than there is the winter. And people were wondering why this was. It seems to be that there could be a lot of reasons. First of all, if you are targeting people that are sex workers, those people are more out during the summer months. You're gonna have more opportunity. Also, like, it's the Midwest and our winters are pretty harsh here, and so maybe there's just not anybody operating as a serial killer in those months. Another thing that I wanted to mention that I saw on a couple websites that may or may not be true is that some people believe that this is a black male suspect and his name is D, or he goes by D. And that he's targeting sex workers by posting ads online and luring them and then shooting them. This was something that a lot of people were kind of commenting that who knows, but that was one thing that people were saying. This case just hurts my heart so much because it never would have been brought to my attention. And I am pretty active in the true crime community. I would have never seen this case, and I think it's two reasons. First, that it's black people, and that just doesn't get as much news coverage, which is terrible. I hate that is happening, and I feel like we need to fix that. There's a lot going around right now about the white woman missing syndrome. There was an article written about it, and it talks about how when a white female or even a white male goes missing or something happens, there's an uproar. This is what we have seen in the past. And then in the media, it's all about that, and all of these other cases just get ignored. It's happened with Indigenous people, it's happening with people of color, and it's not fair. And the second reason I believe this is happening is because some of the victims were sex workers. And it doesn't matter what your line of work is, you're still a person, you still matter, and you still need justice. And if there is a serial killer or serial killers, as some believe, operating in this area, killing sex workers, he needs to be stopped. And people have taken to TikTok to say, like, women need to be armed, women need to be aware, women need to be not out late at night. But this isn't a problem with them. It's a problem with someone who is preying upon human beings. We need to stop saying that the victims need to change their behaviors and say that the perpetrators need to change their behaviors. That's all I want to say. But it's just, it's victim blaming, it's racist, it's targeting people who do sex work. It doesn't matter your color, your occupation. A victim is a victim and they deserve justice. So I may get heat. I may be under fire. People may be saying I'm making up stuff. Do what you will. If it brings some attention to these cases, I'm all for it. All of these people deserve the attention, the money, the resources that we've used in the Gabby Pateo case and others. I want to bring this to people. I want justice for these victims, and I'll keep talking about it. That's just the facts. I'm going to keep talking about it so that these people don't go ignored. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in today about this video. Like I said, go follow these TikTokers. I will put links below of people who are speaking out about this and who are bringing this to attention. Definitely go check out Lamara Indigo's channel. She deserves all the love and respect in the world. Thank you for bringing this to her attention. And I really hope that there sprouts more videos about this, because like I said, me researching this case was so frustrating because I couldn't even find information about the victims. And the victims are the people that I want to talk about. Don't want to talk about the perpetrator. I want to bring attention to the victims. So if you have any more on this case, please let me know in the comments below. I will be listening. I will be watching. Let's talk about this. Let's bring this more attention and let's get this solved for these families and these victims. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. I love your comments. I adore you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.